I had a cookie and some tea for breakfast. It was delicious.
Tea and cookies. That sounds so Jane Austen.
It does,
I don't know about
doesn't
breakfast.
it? It's
I don't know about breakfast,
19th
but
century Britain.
yes. I don't know about breakfast, but tea and cookies, yes. And that reminds me that I wanted to ask you: have you in fact read *Persuasion* by Jane Austen?
No, I have not. I've read. I haven't read it. No. I mean,
Well, don't.
Okay.
That's not an order. That's just permission to not read *Persuasion*.
I've orbited around it, but never actually gotten into it. Yeah.
Well, there's a reason why it doesn't keep bubbling up in people's, list of books that they want to read, and it's really a very melancholy, somber. You could even say grim and dour book. I mean, it has, of course, it has Jane Austen's, requisite happily ever after ending, but it's a slog getting there.
Really?
And so go read something that will give you pleasure, like reread Emma or reread Pride and Prejudice. I mean, like read *Persuasion* if you want to say you have read all of Jane Austen and you know Jane Austen, you are conversant with Jane Austen, and you want to read a biography that sheds light on. But I mean, otherwise, you can skip *Persuasion*.
I wonder what was going on. Was something going on in her life at that time that caused her to write such a somber story?
I don't know. I mean, she wrote some rather joyless stories. I don't think that Mansfield Park is particularly fun. I think that heroine is one Jane Austen character who just has no fun in her. I mean, not everyone was Lizzie or Emma. Yeah.
So why are we talking about *Persuasion*?
Oh, we're talking about *Persuasion* because this is a movie review also, because I just watched Netflix's adaptation of *Persuasion*. Yes. And, oh God, it's so sad. Don't watch it. Not because it's faithful to the source material and therefore is not fun. Actually, this adaptation just turned it into a rom-com. Literally, no joke. It's witty and sly, and they break down the fourth wall. This main character who's normally just so composed and straight-backed and keeps her thoughts to herself, kind of looks at the camera and winks, and she says, "Oh, there they go again." And it's really cute in so many ways. Like she has this pet bunny rabbit that she takes everywhere, and she cuddles her bunny, and she talks to her bunny, and she kisses her bunny's head, and it's actually it's a 2022 story with 2022 people, but it happens to be set in 1815. It's got got some 2022. Yeah.
It's just been adapted by Hollywood.
Well, it has, but the thing is, I don't actually fault it for that. I mean, okay, we're just going to start with *Persuasion*, but we're not going to make this grim story. We're gonna have fun. We're just gonna make it a rom-com, and we're gonna give it a happy. The only problem is, and this is a deal breaker. Like I say, the only problem. There is zero chemistry between the two leads. Why did they do that? Why did they put all this work into all the humor and the parody and the little touches and Dakota Johnson? Why did they do all that and then give her this? I am sorry to say this, but her lead is darn near neurodivergent. I mean, there are scenes like that. The patented Jane Austen dinner table conversation, where honestly, he's sitting there and you can almost visualize this line of spit crawling down the side of his chin. It's like that, and the shame of it is, the sin of it is, there is another actor in the cast. If they had switched those two parts, then it would have been great. There's another actor in the cast who could have done it. I think it's hard to tell because he plays the the really cringe-inducing con man, but. He could have easily played this dashing Captain Wentworth, but for some reason, no, they had to have this. They had to include the neurodivergent guy, And by halfway through the movie, I sort of took a step back and I thought, okay, I'm just going to stop comparing this to the source material, and I'm going to get myself into this story. And about halfway through the movie, I was yearning for, like the flaky artist or the skateboarder or someone to come swooping in and just carry her away from all this.
That's a shame. So it was that it was that apparent. It was that brazen, that out front, and
it's that obvious.
Yeah.
The only reason you know that she's yearning for him and pining for him and lusting after him is that the director tells you she is, or the writers tell you she is. That's all. And so I didn't care if she wound up with this guy or not, or if the other girl wound up with him. Yeah. So.
Well,
so that's.
I don't know. I'm just wondering. I mean, because there are 1,000 factors that go into hiring somebody. Casting these things.
Yes.
And there has to be a reason. Maybe they just didn't. There has to be a reason somewhere in there. There's a reason.
It's almost like It's almost like we scripted this. Guess what? You know the guy that I said could have been the dashing Captain Wentworth, who's already in the cast?
Yeah.
He's Asian. He's Asian. He's an Asian actor. I mean, I don't know.
That relates to our previous conversation.
That relates to a couple of our conversations. And then the thing is, this adaptation is completely fearless about a diverse cast. And I mean, this is like Regency England, and there are interracial marriages and interracial my God, everyone is there: Chinese, Asian. What did I say? Chinese, Arab, Indian, black. Plenty of black people in that cast. So there's no excuse.
Yeah, there isn't any excuse
for not letting that Asian guy get the girl, the white girl. But
I mean, it could just boil down to something like the guy that they did cast is producer's nephew or something. I mean, it could be that.
Yeah.
It could be that.
Or it could boil down to some just bad creative decisions, like the director told him to act neurodivergent, or that's just the way he is, or I mean, I don't know what, but that was it. That's just, it's a deal breaker as far as I'm concerned. So that's all I have to tell you about the book and the movie Persuasion, Betty. So.
Okay, well, that was interesting info, and I will not watch the Netflix film. I will not read the book either.
Unless
I just feel like it. Unless I feel like
turning
a page. Yeah, turning a page and not being particularly happy about the next page.
Okay. All right, well, stay tuned for my next venture into pop culture.
Okay.
Have a nice day, Betty.
Okay, you too.
Bye.
Bye.